Hey, I'm Arash. I've loved video games for as long as I can remember. Whenever I had free time, I was gaming, honestly. I think my PlayStation controller knows me better than most people. But then, one day everything changed. I was walking down a quiet street, when suddenly, everything started with one look. A look as accurate as a sniper's aim. I got lost in her eyes, and she was staring right back at mine. She fell for me, and I fell for her even harder. A few years later, she became my wife. Life was amazing, but there was one small problem: my love for gaming. Sometimes when I got too focused on a game, I would completely lose track of time. Every time she saw me playing, she'd say,
"You're playing again? Do you even remember you have a wife? You're spending too much time gaming."
And honestly, she was right. Well, maybe not 100% right, but she had a point. Until one night, while I was sitting in the bathroom, the biggest idea of my life came to me. I walked out and said, I want to become a YouTuber. I want to upload my gameplay. I want to improve and maybe make some money doing what I love. And one day, I'm going to buy you a Hermès necklace. She looked at me. There was a few seconds of silence. Then she smiled and said,
"Wait, so you're telling me that instead of complaining about you playing games, I should actually tell you to go play?"
Exactly.
Then what are you waiting for? Go play, go practice, and don't forget to become famous.
And that's how this journey started. A regular gamer, trying to become a better player every single day. Running through the streets of Verdansk, dropping into Rebirth Island, practicing movement, crawling through the dirt, shooting at targets, and doing whatever it takes to improve. I'm not a pro. I don't win every game. I make mistakes. I lose fights. But every match teaches me something. Every mistake makes me better. This isn't the story of a perfect player. This is the story of an average gamer, trying to become something more. So, let's see where this journey takes me. This is where the story begins. Like every other day, I loaded into Warzone. I had only one goal: getting my first ever solo squad win. But I wasn't alone. My biggest teammate was right there with me. The one thing that never leaves my side. My amazing internet connection. Yeah, the same internet that always finds a way to make my life harder. But today felt different. I had a strange feeling. Maybe, just maybe, today was finally the day I was going to win. I landed near the cemetery behind the church in town. It was a calm start. I was just looting. And I started thinking, could it really happen today? Could today finally be the day I get my first solo squad win? And then, I saw it. A bounty contract. Look, when Warzone puts a target right in front of you, you can't just ignore it. You have to take it. So I picked up the bounty. I told myself, I'll kill him. Take the money. Buy my loadout. Today is my day.
We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore.
I went after him. I found him. No hesitation, I started shooting. A few bullets missed, but it didn't matter. I still had confidence. I was the hunter. At least, that's what I thought. Because a few seconds later, two of his teammates appeared from behind the building, and right there, I realized something. I wasn't the hunter, I was the prey. But no, the game wasn't over yet. I looked at myself and said, Arash, calm down. This is just the beginning. Then I saw these new flying loot boxes. And honestly, who came up with this idea? Like someone actually said, let's throw loot boxes into the sky so players have to fight each other to get them. Amazing idea. But when you're trying to survive, you don't question the rules. You use whatever you can find. I found a few boxes on the ground and started looting them. But then, I was just waiting for my redeploy timer to finish. And finally, I saw someone. A solo player, alone, with nobody watching his back. Finally, my first chance. I slowly moved behind him, and when he had absolutely no idea I was there, I pulled the trigger. First kill. Done. I know. Killing someone from behind isn't exactly the most honorable thing in the world. But come on, this is Warzone. There are no real rules here. It's the law of the jungle. Eat before you get eaten. Either you survive or you get killed. Because just a few seconds later, that same squad from the beginning came back. The same team that looked like they were connected by a cable. The same guys who looked like they were playing with one controller. All of them were glued together. I almost killed one of them. Just one more shot. But then, another teammate showed up. Again. And saved him. Again. At that point, I started thinking, how many people are actually on this team? Every time I shoot someone, another one appears, like a little kid holding onto his mom. Looting. Again. Running away. Again. Hiding. Again. Surviving. Again. And then, I died again. Of course I did. This time, I decided to change my plan. I went to winery. I thought, maybe this place will be quieter. Big mistake. Huge mistake. The entire squad was there. But who am I to run away? I'm Superman, right? So I pushed. I went in. I got one kill. And then, oh my god, look at this loot. This guy had everything. But I have a serious problem in Warzone. Every single time I kill someone, the first thing I think about is their loot, not their teammates, not the danger around me, not what could happen next, just those beautiful shiny loot boxes on the ground. After all these mistakes, after all these fights, after all those moments where I almost gave up, I started thinking, how am I ever going to get better? How am I supposed to win a solo squad game? Maybe I'm just not good enough. But then, my bad luck continued. Out of all the weapons I could find, somehow, I found a sniper. And suddenly, I told myself, I'm the greatest sniper player in Warzone history. At least, that's what I can tell myself. First one, die already, you idiot. Where's the second one? Come out, show yourself. I promised my wife I'd buy her a Hermès necklace. I need this win. I lined up the shot. I could only see a small part of him. Wait, no. Just kidding. Die. And then? I missed. Of course I missed, but don't worry. I had a self-revive. Today really wasn't my day. I was still fighting that sniper. When suddenly... she appeared. Ana de Armas. Wait. What? No. No way. I killed her. I actually killed Ana de Armas. What have I done? I don't think I can forgive myself. I'm sorry, Anna. It wasn't personal. It was just Warzone. Then, something happened. Something I really wasn't expecting. A Juggernaut crate. I went to grab it. First attempt. I failed. But I didn't give up.
Please like and subscribe. I'm still waiting for my Hermès necklace.
Second attempt. I got it. And for the first time in that game, I felt hope. I felt power. After all the deaths, after all the bad decisions, after all the chaos, maybe this was finally my chance. Maybe today was the day I finally got my first solo squad win. And then they showed up again. The same squad from the beginning. The same team that kept appearing in front of me all game. The same people who looked like they were connected with a cable. They were still alive. And guess what? I finally found them again. After everything they did to me. After all those times they ruined my fights. It was time. Revenge. I looked at them and said, do you remember me? Because I definitely remember you. Come here. It's time to settle this. I pushed them. I was ready. Die, you guys. This is for everything you did to me. But then I thought, a rash. Forgive them. Forgiving people is what good people do. Just kidding. They called an airstrike. So I ran. Honestly, running was the smartest thing I could do. I went after another enemy. And then, there it was again. My beautiful internet. Ping, because why not? Of course, this was the perfect time for my internet to join the fight. And then, more mortars, more napalm, explosion after explosion. The whole map had turned into hell, literally. But somehow, I was still alive. I don't know how. Maybe skill, maybe luck. Maybe the game finally felt sorry for me. But I had something they didn't. I had a Juggernaut, and one by one, I started taking them down. Die, you idiots! I'm a Juggernaut. You can't stop me. For the first time in the entire game, I felt powerful. I wasn't running anymore. I wasn't hiding anymore. I was the problem. But then, suddenly, another enemy appeared. And guess what? He had a Juggernaut too. I was a Juggernaut. He was a Juggernaut. Eye for an eye. This was no longer a normal fight. This was chaos. And in the most brutal way possible, I took him and his teammates down. At that moment, I actually felt unstoppable. And then, the end game arrived. Only one player was left. One person. That's it. Everything came down to this moment. All the fights, all the deaths, all the mistakes, everything. But then, I saw the problem. The damn zone. It was terrible. The position was horrible. I could easily get trapped, but I had a Juggernaut. The best chance I had ever gotten. This was it. My first solo squad win was right in front of me. But the problem was the zone. Again, the stress was killing me. He was up there, I was down here. He had the height advantage, he had cover, he could head glitch, he could wait, he could force me to make a mistake. And honestly, a voice inside my head said, Arash, don't go. Wait. Let him come down. You're in the better position. For once. But then, my ego answered, no. I can do this. I have a Juggernaut. Nobody can stop me.
Loading new mag. I'm hit. Gas moving.
And I pushed. 1 second. That's all it took. One tiny mistake. And everything was gone. No! I couldn't believe it. How did I lose this? I was so close, so unbelievably close. But then... Wait. No way. This was him. The same guy from the beginning. The first player I killed. The one I sneaked up on. The one I thought was an easy kill. The same person. Who came back at the end and destroyed my entire game. Seriously? Karma. Is this really how Warzone works? You kill someone at the beginning, and a few minutes later, they come back to ruin your day. After that game, I was angry. Really angry. But Warzone taught me something. Sometimes, having the best weapon doesn't matter. Having the strongest equipment doesn't matter. Even having a Juggernaut doesn't matter. Sometimes, all it takes is one bad decision, one moment of impatience, one unnecessary push, and everything disappears. Was I disappointed? Of course. I was one fight away, one player away, one decision away. I was so close, but I lost my chance. And yeah, I'm upset. But at the end of the day, it's just a game. And I know, I can get better. Because a few minutes earlier, I was just another player trying to survive. A player with terrible internet. A player who kept making mistakes. A player who was struggling the entire game. But I made it to the final fight. I reached the moment where everything mattered. Maybe this game wasn't the one, but sooner or later, I will win. And maybe that's the best part of this journey, because the story isn't over. Every loss teaches me something. Every mistake makes me better. Every game gets me closer. One day, I will get that first solo squad win. And when it happens, I'll remember this game. The game where I had everything. The Juggernaut, the confidence, the chance. But I still lost, because sometimes the closest losses create the best victories. This is my solo squad journey, and the first win is still waiting for me. See you in the next game.